evening. Welcome. No, it's not F1. It's not IndyCar. It's ILRGT and LMP1 here. Gran Turismo Sport. My girlfriend's laughing at me, and I can understand why. At the moment, this is the first ever league race in the ILR on the Gran Turismo game. We've got ILMP1s on the Wednesday, as you can see in front of you, and on the Fridays we've got the GT3. Both classes will be following the same calendar. LMP1s, of course, will be doing a few more laps for each race, and at the moment we have Frisky on pole, followed by Michael Davis, the IndyCar champ, continuing his good form away from F1. Bit of a disaster in ILR1, but we'll take the attention away from that at the moment. He's in the DKT racing team with teammate Dan Clark, who's way down outside the point from 12th in qualifying. Over HR Green Racing, AWR driver, Hagen 4th Apex Racing. Chris Johnson's Frisky is VRT Racing. I'm going to lose track of the names. Jamie in 5th, 4-6 Scott in 6th, Soulman in a Soul team there. Jake 7th, Apex Whiteout in 8th. Let's have a quick look at the standings. And also today, guys, we're going to be announcing the winners of the competition, which was announced a couple of weeks ago. We'll actually be unveiling the winners before tweeting out live to get the views up. You know what it's like. I'm just gonna tweet out the live stream. Oh dear, oh dear. So a few minutes left of qualifying at this moment. We will be going live to the race in a couple of minutes. And Davis will be the lobby host. I'm currently watching him. Let's watch someone else. HR Green Racing in the Audi. A lot of the people are picking the 2016 Audi as the favourable choice of car this season. It's one of lovely blue and orange livery. Big fan of that. A couple of viewers now. We need this to go. Let's get a tweet out. Let's get this tweet out for the race starts. Can we have a look at the standings? The live times. I don't know how accurate this is. It's a little bit difficult to what the standing is, but as you can see the cars here, we have Frisky in pole at the moment, Michael Davis in 2nd, only a 10th behind HR Green Racing, 6 thousandths behind him, very close. Haggett 300 thousandths behind HR Green Racing, unbelievably close there, and then a bit of a gap there. Oh dear me, look how close it is. Jamie has just put an absolute blistering lap. Looks like it's at half a second. No, he's 1/10 quicker. Half a second on the best lap. But half a second separates the top 5 at this moment. Jamie was looking quick in the test race around Japan street circuits earlier the social last week. And he's followed up with some more. Putting that car around the pole. Apologies, I will tweet this out and I will get back to the commentary. You can see further down racing debuts for Iggy as well. First ever league race for him. He'll be wanting just to score points and keep it clean. He's sit down in 9th. Vectro in 10th. Randoms in 11th. Trumpet in 12th. Will be disappointed. Arctic Devils reserve. He will be trying to get some points there, improve himself as first team driver. Evil Dragons are Smeggy commentator. His team actually takes the track. Let's hoping that his driving is as good as his commentating. Kale is in 15th, and I think that noise is indication that we're about to go to the race. And Michael Davis has given the green light, and it looks like Jamie is on pole. And due to the nature that is the Gran Turismo lobbies, the cars all slow down because they realise the race is about to begin. Strictly under conditions that the race does go at 7:15. The drivers know about this, so they have a deadline to work to. It's a shame if some of them were on a fast lap. Of course, these lobbies are limited to only 16 cars on the grid. It's a shame because I would have liked 20 or so. Demand was that high, but as we go to a rolling start, Jamie on pole leads in the first race of the season, the first ever race in ILRGT. Weaving away. And it's lights out. Jamie's away now. Great start from him. Frisky's going to be all over the back of him as Paga makes some little cheeky early move out wide. And Frisky's all over the back there. Chris Johnson and Mike Davis follow through. It all goes in single file at the moment. Better look back behind the grid. Paga. It's all nicely as we go uphill towards the S section. 4-6 all over the back to Apex Whitehouse now. Going into the quick downhill left-hander. And he's going to look to have a move as well on the Nissan. Very quick in a straight line with Nissan, but does lack a bit of downforce in the corners. A little bit slower apparently. Some of the drivers' feedback. He's looking very racy on Apex. He was looking good to the earlier test sessions. Apex was it's a bit disappointing being down in 6, as Jake as well. Looking very racy there in 8. The lovely livery, similar to that of HR Green Racing. As you can see Jake there making a move, and is that in 10th? Crumpet running very deep there. Very deep there from the Crumpet. And he got punted. Who did he get punted by? Was it Randoms? So not the best start there from DKT Racing, Durex, Kleenex, Compact. I don't know, something about Tampon. Evil Dragon and the Martini-esque livery is already a good way back behind the field, and he's off again. Let's move on. Oh dear. Oh dear. Not a great first lap debut race for him in ILR LMP1. So Jamie does lead them away. It's very close to the front, as we know. Only a few tenths separating the top 5. He's Jamie new to ILR. Frisky's looking on the inside here, looking very racy. That back end is stepping out just a little bit through that corner, but these, as HR Green Racing Green, sorry, does go quite wide there. And Michael Davis, I've noticed, is back down to 5th. Jamie still holds that gap there, looking very evenly paced. We know Chris Johnson ILR1, if he sees a gap, he goes to it, and he's very punchy. Can work from sometimes it can't. You saw in Singapore where Daniele, that there were bumpers. As we can see here, Chris Johnson making a move. Just as I say it, Jamie left the door open, he's took advantage, and Chris Johnson, Frisky, is in the lead for VRT Racing. Chris recently joined in VRT, and I represented them in a lovely livery, as you can see on your screens. I'm going to get into the chats now, as Chris Johnson, we're delighted with the start. The cars will be set to 50% full 50% tanks of fuel, so we will see them pin in the first few laps. The tyres, tyre wear isn't too great on this game, so I imagine it'll probably be a double super soft run. As Jamie is not going to give this back up easily. He's in the gearbox. He's Frisky there, push him up with this tight S Suzuka sort of like S section in the first sector. As he will now downhill into sector 2. It's a long sweeping left-hander. Kind of clever in the fall, maybe shifting down again. You don't want to lose too much speed here. I tell you what, those 5 cars for the lead. You could, as H Racing Green is making a dive into Paga into this chicane, and he gets the move done, and Paga concedes. It is a long race though, 3 laps in now, and I had not had a chance to breathe. This is great racing. This, how close the front 5 are. As Michael Davis is looking at the inside of Paga of Apex Racing, H Racing Green, who had lost a couple of positions, who will look to push on now and try and catch the front 2, who will want to get ahead. Don't want to battle too much. That's Paga in racing, making the debut for the team today. It's a lot of debuts today, obviously being the first race in Gran Turismo for ILR. A lot of interest in this league, and still the drivers want to drive. 12 viewers, welcome guys, get your comments in, let's have a little look. Jamie with battle leads, he does not. Wow. Team Mr. Crumpet, bigger shout to Paul and Corey, IL2 legends in the chat. Good to hear from you lads. As we move on to lap 4 of the race. Now I'm not too sure on the strategies, but you can see now there's 3 cars going wide. I tell you what, H Green Racing is making the move on Jamie, and he's made it stuck. These 2 are teammates, so I don't know how much battling is going to be. They are in reverse liveries, of course, but you know, all rivalries are lost as teammates. We'll see how the relationship does develop as the season goes on. They seem very evenly matched pace, and could prove a good rivalry for Apex Racing. I honestly thought Paga and Apex Wire were going to run away with this, but Frisky is looking very, very clean early doors. As also big shout out to Michael Davis there, keeping with them. He's was complaining to me earlier that he's not much time on the game. Maybe even playing a bit too much Fortnite for my liking, as he loses the rear end. He was worried about that. Can he recover? We'll see. As Paga makes a very late move onto Jamie. He runs a bit deep though. As H Racing Green moves up into third again, very closely followed as to go through the S section once more. Chris Johnson is starting to pull away a little bit from Riotti. He'll be wanting to get these points on the board. It is slightly different than F1, the point system in LMP. It's the old-fashioned F1 system. If you win 10 points, I think it's right, or is it the way around? I think it might be the other way around to GT3. And as Jamie cuts that chicane, he's probably going to have a time penalty for that. Michael Davis is down to 8 after losing the rear end out of the final corner. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to catch my breath yet. 5 laps in, they've been neck and neck. We'll have a further look down the field as Iggy is in ninth on the lovely livery. I think he's on a solo team. He's made a few tweaks to it. As Vectro there as well, commentator. Michael Davis makes a move on Scott. He's a work of it. Scott runs a very wide there, and that might give Iggy a chance to make the move, and he has done it well. Iggy's sitting in the points pretty in the moment. As the EDL team, as Michael Davis with the British flag painted all over the back of that car, goes down the home straight. And look at Arctic Devil sitting in 11th for me, and he's, to be fair to the lad, he just got a late call up. Scott is in the pits, so that's a sign of how much fuel they are using. The drivers, they do have an option to choose the power mode a lot more than, say, F1 games where it's rich and normal. 6 power modes if you're very powerful, burn the fuel up, or they can save it, go down to 1, and Evil has left the room. I wish I was surprised. Absolute disaster class from Evil. Stick to commentary maybe, mate. Get practicing for the next race. There's Mikhail, a US driver all the way from Los Angeles. He thought the race was in 2 hours. It's not. It was in 15 minutes, but here he is. He's made it. And looks like he might have a lot of practicing to do. He's got a lovely livery though. He spent a good while on it, I can see. It looks lovely. But he's at the moment, I'm afraid to say, he's quite far back. As randoms, I think he's ghosting. Which is a shame. So we're down to a couple of drivers seem to be off the boil at the moment. It's obviously first race of the season, so you're going to get a bit of rustiness, maybe a bit of a lack of practice maybe, and they've realised how high quality is at the front of the field. As they still go by 4. We've got Frisky, then Jamie, then H Racing Green, then Paga. All close together. Mike Davis won amongst it after spinning out the rear ends. Front bit, I don't know what the front bit is. 9th? As we watch him. Jamie has also clawed on a little bit of time from Chris Johnson. Don't know if there was a mistake. But I would love a chance just to get a drink because I haven't had a chance to stop talking. H Racing Green is looking for the inside of the chicane, the downhill, left to right hander, and he tucks in front of Jamie as they trade places once again. Only 7 laps in. I think H Racing Green has made about 8 or 9 overtakes already. And all at the same time, Tiger's quietly sitting there, letting them battle, and he'll just stay in the slipstream, stay with them the whole time. A little bit of lag from Chris Johnson there. But Paga looking very well placed as well. Not with any massive movement. As Artem Blin is speaking Russian in the chat, I think he's chanting on Iggy. Well, hello from Russia, welcome. We're in Japan today. As these 4 cannot be separated. I'm interested to see what the fuel tactics are, the tyre wear will be like. Again, it's a bit of an unknown quantity. I imagine it'll just be another, depends how far they can ilk it out. Scott did pit. And look how close they are going up this S section. Single file, but only separated by a second by 4 of them. This is great advertising for the league. We're only 8 laps old this league, and already some of the entertainment's ridiculous, is it? Jamie's tucked the right in on Chris Johnson as H Racing Green takes the lead. I don't know what the issue is with Chris Johnson. He's lost a lot of time there in Sector 1. Is it a fuel issue? I'm not sure. But tell you what, it's a 1-2 for the teammates. Aperture Audi Sport, that is the team name. Yeah, Aperture. So they are teammates, obviously opposing liveries. Apex Racing is Paga. It's been great to see some of the liveries being created for some of the drivers. As Chris Johnson, I think Chris Johnson's run out of fuel. He is dropping like flies. I don't know what, can you confirm this, Mike, or? Okay, cheers, Mike. Don't know what happened to Chris Johnson. He's dropped well back. Let's see if he pits now. My guess is out of fuel. No, maybe it's a penalty. Maybe it was a penalty for corner cutting or something. But we carried the race on. Mike Davis has gone AFK. He's not listening to me. He's not speaking to me. His head's probably gone. As we have 4 cars here. The battle for 5th, 6th. There's Jake. Which team Jake's in? Let's have a quick look. Jake new. He only joined us last week, so he's been flung in the deep end here. He is with a Petra as well, so there's 3 of them in this sole class. No one's in the GT3 as there's yellow flags out on track. There's a car down at the apex. As Randoms has left the room. Disappointed to see that in the first race. As there's a 5-second penalty for Frisky again. So I don't know what that was for. As he's going to make the move here. He's going to be very aggressive, I think. I don't know what he's going to save this time. As Jake goes for an innocuous spin there. It's a shame to see. A racing incident in my book there. Got that all under control. As Paga. Does he have the pace, Paga? This is intriguing. He's kept it clean. Kept it consistent. He's not battled too hard. He's battled when he's had to, but he's still with the front 2. As a Pencha Racing, a stamp of the mark on this league. Where are you, Dan? Are you near anyone? Well then, as Vectra is into the pits. He looks like he's balling on some super softs. Love the animations there for the pit stops. As the Audi team fuel up that car. Lovely Martini livery. Shame Evil couldn't follow in his footsteps there for speed and pace. That is a long way and he's away. So this could be, I'm surely to the end now. Surely to the end. As there's 15 laps left. It's gone past really quickly. But as I mentioned before the race start, that we do have announcements of the competition winners, and once I get a second, I will announce the winners. As Crumpet runs slightly wide as he's trying to chase down 4 sticks. But we do have the competition winners. The winners will receive a copy of the game Gran Turismo courtesy of ILR and fake grips, and the runners-up will receive some fake grips or sponsor. Remember to use the code ILR League for 15% off your grip. Save a little cheeky fortune. But I will announce competition winners shortly. As I'm gonna check. Let's have a quick look on the. As Frisky still trying to eat away at that penalty. I don't know what happened to him with that a couple of laps ago. But he dropped like a fly. I don't know if it was a severe penalty, if he just had a moment. The pack is looking on back at H Racing Green. Damn, you know, at the start of the race was the fuel on half as H Racing Green runs wide. Oh, it's into the barriers, into the grass. So all the cars had a half a tank. They're going a lot longer than I thought. What's your fuel like? It's more than I thought. It's more than I thought. I thought it'd be pitting about lap 6 or 7, but obviously making it. Is that on full power as well? Oh well then. Maybe I need to review that. Anyway. At least it forces the pit stop, which is what I wanted. It'd be interesting if you could go low power and go the whole race without fueling. But anyway, Paga has now made his way up to 2nd. H Racing Green, we saw just a moment ago with an error. Running slightly wide and then doing a bit of half a slang tap into the barriers. No damage on here though, because obviously it would ruin some races. We want to keep the racing as pure as possible. Paga and Negu, another lap. H Racing Green, another lap drop down. Frisky is eating away at the penalties in 4th. He has dropped back off the leaders. He would be happy with that. He was in looking good contention. Michael Davis. He's not saying a word to me anymore. He's concentrating. He's in 5th. He had a little spin, but he was, tell you what, he was looking good. He was going with the front runners. So interesting to see if he can catch up. Apex Whitehouse, Whiteout. I keep saying Whitehouse. In 6th for Apex Racing, Paga's teammate. Iggy, Big Iggy, his first ever race. He was excited today. He was tweeting all day about his first ever league race. He's been putting the practice in after seeing some of the times during pre-season. He may not be with the front runners, but I'll tell you what, he's looking clean and he could be on for some good points. He's delighted with this. That's what we like to see in ILR. You guys to league racing. Hence the introduction to ILR 4 next season. We finally have a fourth tier. I say finally, the demand was getting so high, so with the reserves, I had no other option. So that will begin in season 3, Mondays at 7 PM. A fourth F1 tier. It's fantastic to see the short lifespan the league has had. Hopefully we can grow and grow. But the point system is that of F1s, so I'm just clarifying that. So the winner will get 25 points. Paget will be on 18, and as we see, H Racing Green is into the pits. So obviously he's made this error. He's going to bolt on some super softs, and he's going to try the undercut. Be interesting to see how far the other cars go. Will they react to H Racing Green's early pit stop, or late pit stop? Probably on key, really. I don't know why Scott pitted so soon before. Because he pitted like lap 2 or 3. I don't know why, but he's in again. 54. He's realised he's made a grave error, and also Crumpetton's only 3 litres left of fuel. As we tune into the front, Mike Davis, I would go down to him, but I think he's ignoring me. How much fuel he has left. It's 11 seconds off the leaders. Chris Johnson still eats that penalty. 2 seconds left. So we'll see how this pans out. Chris Johnson, lovely livery. Spent a good few hours making it. I can see why. It looks fantastic. VRT racing. As he runs wide into the barriers there, bit of a mistake, and Michael Davis will have a chance now. We'll go side by side, and tell you what, it's got the move done. It's got the move done. Chris Johnson with an uncharacteristic error there. Very surprised there, as Michael Davis will probably, they're going to both down to the pits. It's going to be a splash and dash. Who will win the battle of the pit stops? Chris Johnson is in, Michael Davis is in. Michael Davis is just separated as the refueling now begins. Oh, as Chris Johnson is away, and so is Michael Davis. Chris Johnson there, under fueling the car slightly. He put 42 litres in, Michael Davis 48. I don't know what that means for the rest of the race. Will he have to sacrifice a bit of a power in the car to save the fuel, or has he timed it precisely? I'm sure Michael Davis now will not have to worry about fuel. Maybe Frisky's risking it for a chocolate biscuit. It's H Racing Green in the racing zone at the moment. 14 laps in. I'm trying to find a lull. We're getting to that point. But Jamie, as it stands, is a second ahead of Paget, who's keeping with him. Maybe Jamie maybe has that 1 lap pace over him, but Paget's got that race consistency. And surely they'll need to pit. I don't think they've pitted quite yet. Great to see Moreno in the chat as well, saying it's quality. Get your comments in, guys. What do you think? Chris is cheering on Paget. Only got 10 viewers. So appreciate you guys tuning in anyway. I'm doing my best commentating, but I'm not a commentator. As we have a song in the pit. Chris Johnson's eating away fair of that penalty. He's lifting off where he can. Michael Davis does have good pace. He's in his gearbox. Apex Whitehouse president. As Jamie's commenting, my solo commentating GT Sport. Yes, I am, mate. Got the DKT racing team in the team radio, but they're refusing to speak too much. Concentration's high, as Iggy is looking to make a move of Apex Whitehouse. I tell you what, if you told me this was happening earlier today, I wouldn't believe you. He was like, nah, not Iggy. He has some practice. Apex, he's a seasoned pro. He's got his own racing team. Iggy's just like, you know what? Yeah, get me there. Get me battling. I practice. I deserve to be here. I want that place. He wants those extra championship points. Scott sitting in 8th in the Nissan, unusual pick, but maybe this isn't the track for the Nissan car. Some of them with the long back straights, Dragon Tails or Interlagos could favour the car type. The drivers, they had to select the car, the team and livery choice and driver's number before the season starts, and that's them locked in for the season, so no other further changes could make. And Crumpet is down in 11th, noted, out the points. Flashing his lights as Arthur Dells is also at the points in 12th, not too far behind. The ILR free rivalry carries over to GT Sport. J Luke, come on Connor, come on Paget. J Luke cheering on the Apex Racing team. Well Luke, Paget's in second, he's looking good. I tell you what, he's looking very good for a podium, isn't he? These guys must have pitted by now, maybe I've missed it. But as Jamie the cap stayed 1.2 for the last few laps. As H Racing Green is 6 seconds back from Frisky, from Paga, sorry, and 6 seconds ahead of Chris Johnson. Still has Michael Davis all in his gearbox, only half second. As McHale, the back marker, will he get in his way? Let's hope not. It seems to be battle on the track at the moment. Please get out the way. Oh my god. Well then. And that's what you get when you're new to league racing. Mike Davis there touches the grass slightly on the exit of that corner. As we have 9 laps left, 9 laps, he's going to have to work at this. He's very matched on base. As you see H Racing Green just up the road from him in the racing zone after a bit of a disaster at the top hill, left-hander. A bit of a tank slap there, losing a lot of time on the leaders, and at the moment you can see not much time is being wasted from the front two. They are not given an inch. Michael Davis in 5th, Apex Whitehouse with, I tell you what, the underdog Iggy is put on a show for me in 7th. I tell you what, is he shaping up a move in the next lap or two? He is looking good. And I see J. Luke saying it's Jamie Beard. I think they must have, Luke, most of the cars were running out of fuel about lap 10 to 12, so I think I must have missed it. I think this is everyone's paired onto the super softs, and now they're going to the end, so I think everything on track now is for race position, unless I've been absolutely blind. As Apex, Iggy's very conservative for this chicane, very clean though, which is great to see. I tell you, I'm very impressed with him. Scott, a bit of a lonely race for him. Don't know how much practice he's had in his car, or the track really. But, ILR regular from the start as well. Great to see as well. The main boys. There's Jake, LFC. Don't know what's really happened to me. He kind of fell off a bit here. He was balanced for 5th and 6th, so maybe a few errors along the way. He was joined the show late for ILR for this season, but there could be more to come from him in the early doors. I'm enjoying the race. Cheers, Luke. So you comment. I'm enjoying the race. Could do with a co-comment though. My throat's getting a little bit sore now, but 8 laps left. I'll survive. 8 laps left. Who do you think your driver of the day is? I don't know. Whoever's watching, get your comments in. Would appreciate that. Jamie was on pole, got the start, and he's still leading. I'll tell you what, it's been flawless, but Paga is slightly closer. The first time in a while now, half a second. No DRS though, like F1. So they're going to have to make their way past honestly and fairly, based on pace. It's a very quick track this. Sector 1 especially, you can go full throttle through the S sections if you nail the apexes and get a great exit. The long left-hander after that, uphill, maybe lift off slightly, shift down again. If you brake, you could lose too much time and then be exposed going downhill, left-right chicane. So good few places to overtake, and it's a very intricate course, but it's a very flowing course as well. It's very difficult. As you can see now, Jamie and Paga going up the hill in Sector 1. This is what I was talking about. You can take it full throttle. You can take it if you hit the apexes, which they do. Paga there, close to the edges. Getting close. He's 2 tenths away now. I don't know what Jamie's concerned with. A little bit there. Is he getting squeaky bum time for them? It's Paga. Does he sense blood in the Brit? That's a Dutchman. Apex Racing taking on a Petra Racing. This could be the constructors' battle. We don't have a constructors, but the team battle of the season. Could we see a bit of a rivalry forming? Paul cheering on Paga. Tell you what, he's contender for driver of the day as well, Paga. Mike Davis could be in the shout, but I'm surprised how quick he is to the front runners as well. Also, let's give a big shout to Iggy, his first ever, full stop ever league race. He was 4 or 5 seconds off the pace, and now he's competed competitively and cleanly 4 points against Apex Racing. I think that's fantastic personally. Great to see the Russian, all corners of Europe. And you also got Mikhail from LA. He's probably half asleep in the morning there. Arctic Devils as well. Too fair to him, we've got the late call, so couldn't expect too much from this afternoon. Representing Denzo, I think, all the guys, and himself racing UAL. Similar sort of format they have as well, with GT3 and LMP1 class. Good shout out to those guys. As Mikhail again is getting lapped by some of the back markers, clearly off the pace. He is one of the reserve drivers from LA. As hopefully he does lift off, as Apex and Iggy are looking quite close. It's looking very racy there for a back marker. Artem Blan, sorry, is that how you pronounce it? Blan? Big fan of Iggy there. Iggy's the best. Iggy. He's done well, but well, attention turns to the front too. 4 attempts off now. I tell you what, there's not much between them. As you can clearly see the gap. I don't know if H Racing Green is just it's kind of switched off, but I say more of an error because Frisky's pulled it back a couple of seconds. Paga and Jamie have pulled away by 4-5 seconds. As also Michael Davis and Frisky. Half a second between them. Apex 6 and Iggy's dropped off slightly to him, which is a shame. Jake in 8th, Vectro and 4-6, 9th and 10th. Bit of a little ballet for 8th, 9th and 10th with 4-6 looking on the inside as Vectro runs wide, gets the move done. And tell you what, 4-6 Scott is gonna look at the inside. Is he? No, he's not gonna sit in behind Jake. Trumpet will be disappointed in 11th. He would have wanted some points. He's just outside it, so maybe we need a disaster in front of him. Tell you what, I wanted to announce the competition winners, but I've not had a single moment of breath to take in and announce it. There's been racing, great racing all the way throughout. As contact, oh no, as 4-6 and did Jake lose the rear end there? Slang tapper as he forces Scott off, 4-6 off, and there's a bit of lag there as well with Vectro as well looking to capitalise. Don't know, I kind of missed that on the stream, apologies, but I think Jake had a bit of a tank slapper and took 4-6 with him. But Scott will have to collect his thoughts now, keep his composure. Still 5 laps left of this race. I'm starting to lose my voice. Who can get in the comments who is your driver of the day, guys? And I'll announce it as yellow flags are out. We'll have a look who that is. Is that Apex Whitehouse with a spin? And I think, yes it does, it promotes Iggy to 6. I don't quite know what happened there. It was an unusual place to lose it, if there was contact or something, but Iggy is now up to 6, best of the rest. Great drive from him for me. And as Michael Davis is looking very, very close now to Chris Johnson. He could be making a move. He's right in the gearbox. He's going into 10-1. He's going to tell you what, he's going to follow him right around here. He knows Chris Johnson's not going to give him a friggin' inch. As Chris Johnson, what would you expect? He wants to win the races, he wants to be aggressive, he wants the points. This could be a saucy battle between the front 4 or 5 this season. I'll tell you what, I am shocked how close the field is towards the front. I'm delighted with this as Michael Davis is eyeing up when is the best place to make the move. These two have not been separated since their pit stop 7 laps ago. As Mike Davis should drop a few tenths. Maybe I'll go away from that just so I can see what's going on through the field as Jamie has lost the lead to Paga. He went wide on the second to last chicane and Paga has taken the lead. He has taken the lead in the race. Apex Racing driver from Holland, Paga is in lead of the first ever LMP1 race in ILR. I'll tell you what, that might just be driver of the day. Jamie's drove so well this season. As Paul says, Crumpet for driver of the day. Possible. That's a slight error from James. It's a shame it wasn't on track overtake. He ran wide into the barriers in left right before the last corner onto the grass, and Paga obviously being very close. Took the lead right off his hands. So thank you very much and good night. But Jamie, 2-3 laps left. He is not going to give an inch of this. Tell you what, because they're battling so close, I'll announce the winners of the competition at the end of the race as Jamie touches Paga as he goes for a little half spin. Paga got that corner all wrong. Jamie was fighting that car to keep on track. But he might have just conceded defeat there on that slight error. Paga was very cautious through that corner, making me think a bit. As another Audi car, Audi 2016 car, H Racing Green. He'll be very satisfied with a P3 podium as he runs wide and he loses it. Yellow flags are out. He has had a full-on tank snapper. And I'm getting shushed as Michael Davis has took Frisky. And I'll tell you what, Michael Davis has took third. Thank you and good night. Stick it in. As Arctic Devils there, losing the rear end as a back marker. I don't know what happened to Chris Johnson and Mike Davis. H Racing Green have a bit of a disaster as he wiggles that rear end. No TC on for you. And Michael Davis, I wouldn't say a shock, but I'm slightly surprised that he's into P3. But I'll tell you what, he's great pace. For someone who hasn't practiced, get practice in the sunshine. You can win this thing. So, Michael Davis. The infrared just changed my mic. Apparently it's too quiet. First time I had that. So, there's only 2 laps left now. Paga is 8 tenths ahead of Jamie. Will he be able to reel him? I think it's too little too late. Need a few more laps really. Mike Davis in third. It was just one of the seconds out of the question now. It'll be a case of just bringing the car home. Full third position for DKT Racing. The British team, Durex Racing for endurance. You said it, not me. Frisky CJ, VRT, few errors like H Racing Green, but I tell you what, fantastic pace and consistency. Apart from that, as I say that, he runs slightly wide into the ground. It's that's quite a lot of drivers today. So Arctic Devils needs to watch him. He's a back marker after all. Main man Iggy, he would be my driver of the day, but I tell you what, if he finishes the way it does, I might have to give it to Michael Davis. Might have to. Apex Whitehouse in 7th. I'm sure he'd be slightly disappointed with this. Maybe he's a bit surprised with the speed of the competition. Solid points though for him and the team. They'll be delighted with that. Scott Sinnen P8. Jake 9th. He was up in 5th and 6th early stages of the race, so maybe a few errors. Vectro in 10th. Crumpet quite way back in 11th. Disappointed, and Devils, Mikhail lap, so they will be finishing the race very soon. As we are going on board with Paga and Jamie for the final lap of the race. As Jamie is not going to give it so easy. You saw how close he was to that chicane. He's going to make a dive bomb. We're going into the last corner of the race now. The very last corner. Jamie is going to eye up. Will he be able to do it? Paga defends deep as Crumpet is going to let him go, so he completes the race now. As Paga takes the win. Paga wins in Kyoto. He takes the maiden victory for Apex Racing ILR. He takes the first ever LMP1 win. A great drive from the Dutchman. He'll be delighted with that. I told you to watch out for him. And tell you what, Mike Davis is weaving. He'll be delighted with a P3. Great drive. H Racing Green loses it there, but he takes a P4. And Frisky CJ, he loses it as well. Bit of banter. P5. We'll be disappointed though. He was leading the race. But I'll tell you what, who wasn't leading the race? Out of those front 5, any of them could have won it. Fantastic pace. Iggy Shroom, Iggy Gloom, Big Ignat. What a race. You can tell he's happy with that. P6, great points finish. Apex are white out. He's weaving to the line. Bit of a quiet race for him. Slightly off the pace today, but I'll be delighted with the 7th spot, I guess. Scott, I think it was all about finishing the points today, get some points on the board, take the car back to the factory and get home. As Vectro 9th and Jake LFC in 10th. As Mikhail gets lapped again. So there you go, victory. And there we have it. Apex Racing driver Paga wins today's race for the LMP1 class. Thanks for tuning in, guys. It was a great race. I'll try and be there next week as well to commentate for round 2 as we head to the Nürburgring. But anyway, before I leave, I will announce the competition winners because that's what we're here to do. So I better do that. So we had a competition earlier on this year. Turned up, welcome 500 winners, 500 followers to the Twitter account. Great support from the league. We had new sponsors and fake grips. So we did this giveaway with the ILRGT league, and we have some winners. And the congrats on the winner is Joel LFC09 on Twitter. I've messaged him before that, and he's decided to get some free PlayStation Plus because he already has the GT Sport game. So I'll be DMing him his details and sending him a code for 3 months free PlayStation Plus. So well done, Joel. And the 2 runners up, we have ESR Smithson and Kick Goodmans of ILR Free Kick. You guys win a pair of fake grips each. So if you could DM the league your address details, and we'll get them shipped off via fake grips or sponsor. But anyway, well done to you guys, and well done to Paga today. I tell you what, I didn't have a second to breathe in that race. That's fantastic driving. Great driving from Iggy. Great driving from the front 5. Paga, Jamie, Chris, H Racing Green, absolutely fantastic. Mike, let's not forget, with great P3. Probably Edge's my driver of the day. You could easily argue be Iggy or even Paga. He didn't have the one lap pace, but he had the consistency, which I stated in the race. But anyway, guys, I've been Jack. I've got a sore throat, and I'll make sure you tune in tomorrow for ILR 3. We'll be racing stay in Japan again for Suzuka, and then on Friday, if it doesn't start, we'll go to GT Sport again, and we'll travel back to Kyoto, and with the GT3 League with Soup Cooler in the comms box, and that'll be exciting to watch. So anyway, safe travels.